Hey, what's up guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we have the performance review on the Nike Zoom Soldier 9. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so as usual, start off with the bottom of the shoe. Obviously this is the traction. And if I could sum things up in just one single word, beastly. Basically when I test shoes, I usually play indoors only, and then for the very last stretch I'll bring them outside. That way I'm not, compromising any of the integrity of the shoe indoors by going back and forth. With these guys though, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just decided to do things backwards. I started outdoors, and I went indoors, and I went back outdoors, went back indoors, so on and so forth. And these things were just freaking fantastic. So you can see a little bit of herringbone, but most of it is comprised of these little nubs here, and basically these are like little spikes or broom bristles that kind of grip the floor no matter what kind of court you're on, outdoors or indoors. So these little guys right here, they just kind of attach themselves to the floor no matter what you're doing, and then because of all of these little segmented little pieces, it's extremely flexible. I mean, their traction was so damn good that it was some of the best traction I've ever had so far this year. Actually, I'll go out on a limb and say confidently that this is the best traction I've played in so far for 2015. Yeah, they were that good. So in terms of cushion, we have heel and forefoot Zoom Air. Pretty much the same stuff that we've had throughout most of the Soldier line. However, the Zoom Soldier 6 was, in my opinion, the best cushioned of the more recent Soldier models. And then the 7 and 8 were really lackluster, especially in comparison. But these guys bring things back to the way that the 6s felt. Not quite that good, but still way better than the 7 and the 8. The Zoom units are encased within this Phylon midsole, and then again, there's one in the heel and one in the forefoot. It even states that right here, and it points down and up, pointing towards the sections where Zoom Air is in place. Now, I don't know what type of Zoom units there are in place, unfortunately. I tried to take the insole out and was just basically unsuccessful, but I do believe it's a large volume heel unit, the typical U-shaped ones that we've seen over time. And then the forefoot, I'm pretty sure that it's one of those thin little rectangle units as well. But I could be wrong, but that's just what I think it is. Either way, the cushion is fantastic. If you're looking for a well-cushioned shoe with Zoom Air, this is one to try out. As far as materials are concerned, it's basically a one-piece upper made completely out of mesh, nylon, with some fly wire, and then a little bit of fuse overlay right here at the toe for some integrity right there in the toe drag or high wear areas. Now, the only thing that I can really say that I dislike about the materials themselves is right at this area, there is no stretch whatsoever. So trying to get your foot in there is a pain in the ass. Other than that though, I thought they were freaking fantastic. There was no hot spots, no pinching anywhere, especially right here at the forefoot where you're flexing. Because the materials are so soft, there's not any area that's going to create any uncomfortable issues while you're on court. Now, just to keep in mind, mesh is not the most durable material option available. However, it is one of those material options that's going to give you a really nice fit without any kind of break-in time whatsoever. So you basically take these straight out the box and you're ready to go. So these guys fit true to size, and lockdown is basically their most prominent feature. In fact, my local House of Hoops did not have my normal size 9, so I had to go with a size 9.5. And usually when that happens, I get just enough space between the tip of my toe and the tip of the shoe that I feel that the fit is just a little bit sloppier than what I personally prefer. But this freaking thing just strapped your foot in like a straitjacket, and so once everything was strapped and laced up, my foot wasn't going anywhere. Now, the heel strap is attached to the heel counter, which is attached to the midsole, so that's one thing that they have going for them. Second thing is that it wraps all the way around, and when you pull them up and then strap them up, this entire area is completely contained. Everything is forced into the back of the shoe here. You're not going to get any slippage, and then that heel counter is also attached to the midfoot section, preventing you from lateral rolls. The only sneaker that I could really compare this to is one of the ECDO models. Now, while these don't have those anti-rolling bumpers like those do, these have the straps that contain your foot that do a lot of the work to help prevent injury. And then we have the midfoot strap. Now, this thing is probably my favorite feature on the entire sneaker. So what happens here is that the strap begins to lock you down on the medial side, then it comes across the forefoot and midfoot, comes back around the midfoot, and when you are pulling this thing tight and wrapping it around, containing this area and this area, the strap is actually attached to the flywire cables, which run all the way across to the lateral end. So while you're pulling this, it's not only tightening this, but it's also tightening this. It's freaking amazing. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about the lockdown. If you're looking for lockdown, this is the shoe. It completely covers and caters that forefoot area and the heel area. It's just awesome. Now, as far as support goes, most of us know that support relies heavily on that fit, and the fit on these things is almost perfect. So because of the strap systems that are in place, connecting to the fly wire and so on, the molded counters that are at the heel and the midfoot, you're getting a ton of support just off of those alone. And then you have your normal features like your outrigger, as well as an internal shank. So with with everything in place, you're getting a really well-rounded supportive shoe. It's basically supporting you from all aspects, 360 degrees all the way around. Overall, Nike's lower end models, and I'd say lower end because they're still a little expensive, but they're definitely cheaper than the signatures, have pretty much beat their flagship or top tier models. At least they have been this year. I don't know what it is, but they're just shoes that are offering much more bang for your buck, such as these guys here. So while you won't be seeing LeBron wear this shoe on court like you did the 12, I personally feel that these kind of kick the 12's ass. I really like playing in the LeBron 12s, but I take these things over those any day of the week. Unless I'm going to the mall, of course, then I'd rock the LeBron 12s, because these things are hideous.